Okay, Super Kids are already photographed. Nice, young and beautiful. Our photograph have time to work with those pictures, and we have time to work with this Donville. Already starting, as I said, BALAVCii as the allies here, Super Kids as the Axis, and BALAVCii looking for those nades. We've seen BALAVCii looking for this kind of distortion here. Rookie is already on hand, and with the help of Kefes finds Kukesh. Paladin, a great response, but BALAVCii already waiting for Paladin. 4 versus 3. And BALAVCii getting more control. Basha, really nice cover up here, but Rookie still on the loose. 3 versus 2. Basha the 1 HP, and B side completely taken over by the allies. Psycho finds Basha. It's now only Erwin fighting. Erwin. He's able to kill Rookie, but the bomb is ticking down. Erwin. That's not a great spot for him, especially that his position is known. You know what to expect him, and Johansson already looking to close him from the other side. Erwin checking all of those angles with the scope is just not helping here, and Johansson closer and closer. Johansson, this might be an easy kill for him. He won't be going for the bash, he wants to just secure the victory. BALAVCii with a fantastic execution in the first round of this Donville. Great opener and a team ace, because every one of those guys was able to get 1 elimination. So as we see everyone working evenly for the success. 1-0 for BALAVCii and Erwin. Right now trying to get a bit more usage out of the scope. Especially in the early stages of the round, where you can make sure that the distance works for you. Kukesh. So the push this time. Hefes will be dominating this duel once more. A fantastic push from Hefes. And we finally see someone playing more towards the B side, because usually we've seen Lion's part of the game being played on the cemetery, on the orphanage, the church. And B was just the second option, was just the B side of the main track, which was the A, apparently. Saiho, Fukic, Erwin, lots of kills going on here on the map. Paladin finding Rookie, but it is 2 versus 2 with BALAVCii already being there on the side. Creepy. Just wait for Paladin. Nate to lure Paladin out, and it will work, so Fukic can get into this elimination, and Johansson wins the duel. Creepy was trying to jump out of this window to find a better position, to find better angle for this gunfight. He was not able to do it freely, so Paladin and Creepy both eliminated, getting point number 2 for BALAVCii. A great start on the offense here by the allies, and Saiho waiting for someone to rush throughout the orphanage. No one coming this way. It gives more space for BALAVCii to set up this attack. And we do see that still Basha is playing very aggressively on the B side. Being nearby the middle even. Looking for the elimination. Fukic in the smoke. No scan will touch him, but this nade, oh, it might cause some trouble. Fukic gets more position here. Staying low so he can just gather info about the ace at Rookie. Already taking first building. Very nice positional play coming here from BALAVCii, finding more information. But now Rookie, can he take advantage of this position? Oh no, Basha already being here, the cover not being quick enough, and Basha having time to reload for this fight, finding the second elimination. Psycho gets Basha. Finally someone putting him down, but Erwin already getting elimination on both Fukic and Johansson, leaving Psycho solo in this round. And this time, SUPERKIDS are not playing around. This will be first point for SUPERKIDS unless Psycho does something absolutely abnormal, but it won't happen now since Paladin wins this duel. First point for SUPERKIDS, but a fantastic run play from Basha. SUPERKIDS were struggling a bit in those first buildings. SUPERKIDS were really trying to fight for the life near the B side, but this time a cover was here, and Basha with a fantastic series of eliminations, giving more space to Erwin, who was not shut off this time, and bringing the first point towards SUPERKIDS. BALAVCii looking for a push, finding some fire from the enemy, going for the nade. Erwin throughout the smoke, hoping to see any silhouettes eligible for the shots. It seems like he will just be in need of repositioning. BALAVCii, low on HP, trying to put this fight. BALAVCii, he definitely saw one, but Hefes was waiting in the smoke, hoping that BALAVCii will make one step too far. Kukesh, what a fantastic play. 2 eliminations already, both Rookie and Psycho with a lot of trouble. Creepy, nice nade. It might cause a lot of trouble. Kukesh finds Hefes, who did not have any space for the retreat. Fukic finally puts Kukesh down, but it's still 1 man up for SUPERKIDS. It was great aggressive response. Exactly what SUPERKIDS needed to start bringing those points. Johansen and Fukic. Creepy already brings Johansen, he's now alone. And Creepy with another fantastic shot to make it 2-2. We'll see this one more time. A very good reaction coming here from the Axis player. 2-0. That's the score that we are seeing right now. Seemed for a moment like BALAVCii might even dominate the Allies hard on Donville, but SUPERKIDS won't be giving them this easily. So BALAVCii will have to work for them a bit more. Very aggressive spot from Paladin, but he has to go back since the first shot was not successful. And Fukic now trying to push towards the gate. The problem is that all of SUPERKIDS players covering A side are hidden in the house, so Fukic might just not have position to take the upper hand here. Johansen covering the gates, seeking for any B side players who might be pushing here. But this time SUPERKIDS playing this very defensively, covering their nominal spots. Hefes trying to go for the push, but Creepy and Kukesh were just waiting for this to happen. Fukic finally finds an eliminations for BALAVCii, but it is not enough for the fact that SUPERKIDS are taking 3. Including Fukic, who was refract momentarily. Creepy with a fantastic shot, and Kukesh, SUPERKIDS, they found the rhythm that they needed on the defense, and the Axis side is starting to looking very good from them. Once more, BALAVCii didn't even stand a chance to find a single elimination, and the streak continues. SUPERKIDS slowly making it their match. BALAVCii once more waiting. They recognize that BALAVCii is one of the teams that is not really patient, that will try to push it, that will try to look for those sneaky, quick shortcuts. And they are playing very well around it positionally. Kukesh once again being able to find that opening kill to try and bring even more points to their side. Kukesh once more. Psycho gets a kill on Creepy. But we do see very aggressive position coming from both Kukesh and Paladin. The only downside is that BALAVCii is now left alone, but it seems like BALAVCii won't take advantage of it and won't push to the 8 side. Also, Erwin has position with the scope to cover him, to try and cover the orphanage. BALAVCii waiting for a chance to find the enemy, and Psycho completely not expecting anyone at this angle, making this 4 versus 2 with Erwin covering this and bringing Johansen down, probably also gathering in for about last of the BALAVCii players. It was already seen, and even though that it's not Erwin finding this kill, BALAVCii was close enough to push with the shotgun. And also with Garant as well. 4-2. And you don't see a slightest trace of this fantastic start from BALAVCii. Right now it's SUPERKIDS completely ordering around their enemy on the server. It's them completely dominating the playstyle of this game, and SUPERKIDS finding themselves in a very nice position on those last few rounds. 4 points in a row, try to bring it even further, but finally entry kill goes to BALAVCii, and we'll see how SUPERKIDS can play with this advantage, especially that this nade will connect and Paladin is down. 5 versus 3, BALAVCii finally fighting back. Psycho struggling a bit, trying to play around this cast. Scope is not the ideal weapon here, and Creepy will show you why. Creepy also going with the second, also going with the third until FUPKIDS finally gets him down, but Erwin makes it 1 versus 1. A huge moment, a huge opportunity in front of Rookie to get the score a bit closer, but Erwin will try his best to make it 5-2, will try his best to keep this hot streak alive. Rookie getting him down HP, but it's not enough for the finisher here, so Erwin once more with the full HP, and Erwin waiting with that scope. He didn't really even need it. No scope was enough to get this fantastic shot, make it 5-2, but what a fantastic round from Creepy, a triple kill, bringing hope again. But now Psycho, fantastic jump shot. It will connect, completely decapitating Erwin, so SUPERKIDS, they lose their scope. It was pretty important in those last rounds, but we've also seen many great plays coming from both Basha, Creepy, also from Kukash. So we know that even without scope, BALAVCii will not have a guaranteed win here, but for now, Kukash is also eliminated. Psycho with another great opener. He will try to bring BALAVCii back to this match. And even if he has to take all of the weight of the match to his shoulders, he will still try to do that. FUPKIDS finds Basha. It's 4 versus 2. Not many chances left for SUPERKIDS here, especially that Hefest find a fantastic timing. FUPKIDS as well, both Creepy and Paladin with no chance of winning those duels. 3-5, and BALAVCii finally getting the point from themselves. They had to wait a long time to score again, but it's finally happens, and they are still fighting for the better score on Dawnville. Psycho once more hoping to find Erwin in similar spots. This time we do see SUPERKIDS' rifle repositioned himself. And finally BALAVCii playing a bit of a slower round, giving more chances to Psycho to scout around, give some easy information, but for now Psycho couldn't really notice anyone. So they must conclude that SUPERKIDS are playing deeply in the sides. BALAVCii started taking position, but already Bash coming from the smoke, getting the first elimination. Johansen, great response. Bash left completely in the swamp here. 4 versus 2. 4 versus 4, sorry. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Psycho. Psycho looking to close the distance. FUPKIDS finds Kukash. SUPERKIDS are starting to struggle on the B side, but still 2 players holding. Creepy. His position might be very important coming from the side. He noticed one, but he has to reposition himself. He has to run away for a better safety, for a better chance of shooting anyone here. And it's actually 4 versus 2 with FUPKIDS finding that kill on Paladin. Erwin struggling a lot. Rookie closing the distance with the shotgun and scope. Didn't stand a chance. Creepy completely uncovered, leaving himself for an open shot, getting Psycho that first kill of the round. 4-5, and BALAVCii coming back with the score. So once more we do see that no matter how hard you're trying to put BALAVCii down, they are able to pull themselves back with the score. By far they are one of the undefeated teams of this group. Hefest. Erwin having a tough few rounds right now, with all of the attention being focused on him. Creepy. He uses that blind spot to find FUPKIDS. 4 versus 4. SUPERKIDS are standing pretty strong on the sides, but it will depend a lot on how Basha will play this, but he loses that shotgun find to Rookie. And all of the SUPERKIDS players are gathering around, but the attack might come from any side, because both A side and B side are under the risk. Creepy, a great spot by him. Seeing Hefes in that smoke, cleaning completely, surroundings of the graveyard, making this 3 versus 3. But the problem is that BALAVCii already makes their way to the B side, and it should be Psycho planting in a moment. Kukash Wait for the chance. Creepy finds Psycho and denies him the plant. Oh, this might be exactly what SUPERKIDS needed for the win. Rookie struggles with the shotgun. Creepy for the second, and Kukesh finds Johansen. But the most important part, that Creepy denied that plant. Creepy took away that feeling of safety from BALAVCii, and SUPERKIDS with point number 6 or what's around from Creepy. 4 eliminations to make it 12 in the total. And Erwin finding a way to shine back in this match, winning the scope duel with Psycho 4v5 from BALAVCii. They are already close to the side, but doesn't really matter when you lose another and another member of your team, with Rookie being eliminated as well. It's 3 versus 5. Hefes trying to crawl through the smokes, dodging all of the nice Fukic with the picks, but the SUPERKIDS, after taking those first 2 kills, they do not need to rush. They can just wait on side. But we do see that the fight with here is pretty decent. Johansen with elimination, but both Basha and Paladin trying to respond. Basha! Shotgun is just perfect for this spot, and he knows it. Not being scared in any way of going all in here. Finding those 2 eliminations, 3 in total, making it 7-4. And even though that SUPERKIDS had some points in this half where they struggled a bit, it seems like there will be still the ones coming out on top. We'll see if they can do as well in the offense as they did in the defense to deny BALAVCii that 3rd win, to stop one of the unstoppable teams by far. Kukesh looking for that nade. Erwin finds Psycho in another one duel. Hefes with the response, but Creepy was able to get Fukic. 2 versus 1. Psycho even asked if this was smoked, but seems like Erwin actually had a vision here. Rookie finds Kukesh. 3 versus 3, but Paladin is able to find Rookie. Not enough time for BALAVCii player to escape, so once more SUPERKIDS keeping BALAVCii out of their sides. Basha with kill on Johansen, and Hefes being the only one left alive. Hefes already found himself in the duel, but Creepy was here to help and make it 8-4 for SUPERKIDS. A very decent half coming from their sides, winning 8 points out of 12 on the defense. Now let's see how much they can do on the offense. 5 points needed in BALAVCii. They will need to put out a great show on the Axis side if they want to find another victory. And let's see what plan does the SUPERKIDS have for the ally side here. We do see Erwin looking for a chance to make use of that scope again. Kukesh going for that lineup. We might see a harder push on the A sides, but if it will happen, it won't happen now, since only 3 players are nearby. And Psycho is able to find Erwin. A good grenade would be needed here to even things out. Basha makes an entrance here, but the smoke is already put down. Basha playing it low. See as much as possible. Johansen already got to the Creepy. 5 versus 3, and seems like start of this half will be a very pleasant round coming from BALAVCii, as now only Kukesh and Paladin stand and try to fight. Kukesh finally opening the table for the attacking side, getting that first kill for them by blowing up Hefes. The problem is that Rookie already closed the position. Rookie staying with that shotgun. Can they find him in time? Don't leave him space for reaction, and even if they could have, Psycho was there. And now as he got the attention, Rookie could have activated himself with the shotgun and close things out. 5-8. Pretty clean round coming here from BALAVCii, losing only Hefes to those nades. And once more, BALAVCii might go for the range to clear Psycho. Oh, what a shot! He had a pace advantage here. He was faster. He was able to decapitate Evan here. 5-4. Once more, SUPERKIDS will lose their scope really easily early into the round. Creepy down as well. Hefes for the great push, and Psycho going really aggressively with that scope for 2 more kills. Leaving only Basha on the battlefield. as a sole soldier fighting for the ally side. 1 versus 4. Sooner or later, someone will get to him, and Psycho would be the one to do it. Rushing with the scope, catching him during the reloads, securing the quadra kill. But what a fantastic push towards the graveyard. Completely unexpected for him. After winning the scope fight, to go in such an offensive way. But it wasn't orthodox, but it definitely was efficient, finding those 2 eliminations and almost immediately sealing the rounds. Basha cut off from that shortcut. Rookie was already waiting here. Paladin, great nade. But the problem is that most of SUPERKIDS eliminations come from nades, and there aren't many of those. And of course, as I told that Kukish found another one, 4 versus 3. SUPERKIDS finally being able to clean up some space, but still 3 defenders being ready to fight. Erwin scouting with the scope. Both of BALAVCii players hidden. And finally, when Psycho lurked out, Erwin was already here, ready for that shot. Erwin, another fantastic snipe. And it seems like SUPERKIDS will finally get their first points after the swap. Their first point on the offense, as Johansen is the only one left to live. Johansen still trying to cover those sides, but Erwin was just too precise, too quick for him. So the sniper will go for triple and make it 3 points lead once more. SUPERKIDS, you do have in mind they are in lead, that they are just in need of 4 points for a very important victory, especially with in the matches like that. If you are fighting for that third, second spot with teams that seem really good, you really need to make sure that you play at your 120% to win games like that with rivals that are closest to you. Rookie, nice first dodge. Second grenade won't be enough, and Rookie finds eliminations from this. Basha already eliminated, but Creepy doubling that position down to make sure that the refrag is found. 4 versus 4. Smoke is spreading on the A side. That means one thing, more nades will come towards the church to keep SUPERKIDS out from attacking or even from living, since Hefest blew up Creepy to 0 HP. Kukish, Erwin and Paladin still on the push, but Paladin now losing duel with Johansen. And Fukic finding Erwin will be the last nail to the coffin. Kukish, 1 versus 4. Starting with a decent shot on Fukic, but the problem is that behind the smokes, more and more Axis players are hiding. So BALAVCii now with the point number 7. And it really seems like defense suits them much better on Donville. It's expected, but they just seem so much more confident than their enemies. And they will try to make it fast. They will try to get to this 13th point as soon as it's possible. This time decided to take a bit slower approach, as SUPERKIDS are not looking for any aggressive fights as well. Erwin once more will be going to that standard sniper position, trying to cover Paladin, and Kukish on those individual missions. BALAVCii, first shots down, but Kukish with a great push. Fukic misses, and that gives Kukish a window of opportunity to find a kill, but the problem is that Psycho was already there. Basha not finding response here, but Johansen and Hefest already doubling down on the pressure, leaving only Basha and Erwin alive. They are trying to rotating towards the beast, but the problem is that Hefest is already here, and Johansen rotated as well. 2 quick shots, and even though the start was looking very good for SUPERKIDS, it was still not enough, as BALAVCii just wiped them out of the earth. 8-9. The lead is melting and BALAVCii is coming closer. Saiho looking for Erwin once more. He knows that he likes this position. He knows that he will play the standard here. But he's not able to find him this time. But the sole fact that he will push him out of this position, give more space. The rest of the axis here, it's still huge. Hefest, fantastic nade, even though he was low on HP. Still stayed on such good spot, such a good lineup. Find the responding grenade and make it 5 versus 4. And even tie up the whole score by winning yet another round on the Axis side. Out of the last 5 rounds, all of them, of course, played with this side on. SUPERKIDS were able to win only once, and most of the other points were completely dominated by one team. But now Basha finding Hefest. This might be a breakthrough for SUPERKIDS. If they are able to follow that one elimination from Basha. Johansen, will this nade even connect? Seems like it won't. But it will cause some trouble, and Rookie still holding on to that shotgun and still making sure that this route to A side is completely impenetrable. Johansen seems like he was able to see another one of SUPERKIDS, bringing more information to the team. Vukic on the close range, Rookie finding Creepy. And Vukic now finding Paladin, completely zoning him from his teammate. Erwin being alone, but not for long, since Rookie sends him to the same place where he sends 2 other players straight to his grave. 9-9, BALAVCii being absolutely dominant on the second half of this map, since it's 5-1 after the swap in SUPERKIDS. Seems like they do not really have a plan for this attack, and BALAVCii finally shining on the better side of Donville. Looking like a completely different team from what we saw in the first half. And even though that now Erwin finds the elimination, the positions are still not the best. Paladin, maybe he will be able to close the distance to the gate and be able to surround A side, making it much harder for the defense to gather around and push this attack back. Nate didn't connect. Only 1 left on the attacking side, still 2 on the defense, and Rookie now catching Paladin. Also Cook is struggling a lot. Hefest went here for the trade, but it was worth it, making it 3 versus 2. Creepy on the open position. He will have to fight, but Psycho now comes with the scope. Erwin low on HP. He's able to finally put down Psycho, uses this last nade. But still 2 of the Axis are alive. And they do have knowledge of where Erwin might be, since he was fighting just a few seconds ago. They will not pick. They know that he's a scope player. And Rookie with a fantastic jump shot, surprising from the ground and then going to the air for another point coming to BALAVCii's name. And it is a perfect time for a timeout, because if you're not taking this now, you're not taking this on this map, since this map might end in a moment. Paladin ordering that they need a break, that they need to stop this madness coming from BALAVCii. Since out of the 7 rounds played this half, SUPERKIDS were able to win only 1, and it was still a tough one to win. You have to find your weak spots, and you have to locate where rivals are leaving those weak spots, where you can strike so it hurts them the most, because for now, not a single attack was really hurtful for BALAVCii's defense. And we've seen all of the players shine to their fullest while playing this, especially Psycho with that rifle, a Rookie with those pushes. I mean, by far we can speak about that defense only in superlatives in SUPERKIDS. After a very good first half, they needed a good offense. For now, they cannot find it. They just cannot connect those attacks, because no matter which side they try, it's still someone waiting for them and winning that important duels. Seems like we are waiting just a moment longer for that one last player from the SUPERKIDS side. And we should be able to continue the last few rounds of this match. We'll resume in 10 seconds. Can BALAVCii continue this? Can BALAVCii push for a few more rounds? And we are starting round number 20. BALAVCii taking the lead for the first time, and Rookie putting Kukesh down. Rookie struggling a lot, but still is able to escape. Nate thrown under his feet, but he is able to retreat, keeping that one-man lead to BALAVCii's name. And now Hefes trying to make it even further. Psycho struggling. Hefes losing that duel, but Rookie is still here with the shotgun. And is still unstoppable. 3 versus 3. A very intense beginning of this round. SUPERKIDS decided to play this one much faster. It kind of paid off since they found those 2 eliminations, but still, they are not in the control of any sides. And now this attack is spread out really widely, with all of the 3 players being very far from one another. Rookie. Can he strike for the 3rd time? Paladin is nearby. But Rookie will not see him yet. Another nade. Paladin was hoping for Rookie to retreat. Him staying in that position might be a huge surprise. Trying to play his angles. In the meantime, Fukic finds Basha, leaving only 2 attackers alive. And Rookie still holding that one angle. Rookie. Paladin was not surprised. A great attack coming from SUPERKIDS player, but they lost a lot of time trying to fight Rookie here. So still a hell of a job done by BALAVCii's players. Only 20 seconds on the clock. SUPERKIDS, they really need to go fast. Johansson keeping B. Fukic keeping A side, and now cool. Fukic with a fantastic shot. Only Erwin alive. But the problem is that he's the scope player, and Johansson will take advantage of the fact that Fukic does not have any time. 11-9. And even if SUPERKIDS finds such a great beginning, Rookie was here to help. Fukic was here to help, but especially Rookie getting 2 eliminations and also buying so much time, wasting so many precious seconds from SUPERKIDS timer. And right now Fukic already putting the scope down. BALAVCiii, they don't want to stop. They want to completely dominate this defense. SUPERKIDS will try to push towards the A side. They do have some space here, but 4 players are stacked. Still many nades in SUPERKIDS inventories. If they make good use of them, we might finally see the rounds to their name. We only seen this happening once during the second half of Dawnville. And those nades are finally coming down. BALAVCiii, can they dodge them all? Because some nades will come in response. And Hefes, he does not need a nade here. He found a great angle. Hefes once, Hefes twice. Rookie is going down, but still Fukic with a delayed nade to completely surprise Kukesh. And now leaving only Paladin here. He will be able to get Hefes down, but Psycho with a nice position with that scope, being able to find another kill, making it 12-9. BALAVCiii, they will have a tie at least, but they want to go for another victory. They want to go 3-0. Keeping that 100% win ratio. And SUPERKIDS, they just disappeared after the swap. They just completely lost any sparkle that they had in their gameplay. BALAVCiii is just pushing them around. SUPERKIDS will try one more time. Try and stay in this match, to at least fight for this tie, because always tie is better than the loss. Creepy. A huge duel won, but Johansson immediately responding with the nade. Getting that position back. Paladin, Basha. Seems like finally we might see a successful attack coming from BALAVCiii, but Rookie is still there. Kukesh punish Psycho for such a brave decision, let's call it this way. Now only Rookie, Bane can play. This will not be the point where BALAVCiii is able to finish this match. But still, they have 2 more opportunities to secure the victory. Or Rookie. Okay, Rookie won't do anything right now. Basha is already on his back. Seems like SUPERKIDS finally awakened, but it might be too late. I mean, they can still fight for this draw, but it just wouldn't taste as good as the victory. Creepy. Early nades coming from SUPERKIDS, but they won't really find any value here. So now they are only left with this one smoke, and the defense is still holding on to 3 of those grenades, keeping them for the darkest hour. Creepy. And Paladin. BALAVCii playing it really slow here. SUPERKIDS not risking leaving any of those positions unmarked. Creepy. Trying to find anything Bash as well. Seeking more information from the trajectory of this nade, and Creepy finally getting that kill on Johansen. SUPERKIDS going for the B-side push, but Hefest is already here for the first elimination. Hefest sneaking through that wall. No one being able to put him down yet. Good reposition coming from Hefest. And once more, SUPERKIDS with a very low timer. Rookie and Psycho, they might end it now. It's 4v2, with only Kukish and Erwin being alive. Basha already put GG, since SUPERKIDS do not really have time. 10 seconds on the clock, Kukish down, and Erwin is just too far from anything. 13-10, BALAVCii with another victory, making it 3 wins, 0 losses coming from them. What a fantastic performance by this team. I cannot wait for the last match of today when they will play Team Ethics. But for now, a short break, and soon we'll be coming back with the 4th round of Group C and D.